to check, what will be the first thing you will see in a drug?
So it's chemical composition.
Chemical composition, good one. Next, anyone? Okay, let it be. I'll answer on my own. That first we check the what kind of color medicine have, the basic thing, the shape of the medicine or any product, and if I'll consider any ointment or ointment or cream, we check the label, right? Regulatory affair come in every aspect of the medicines or product, from labeling to the cap to color and every other aspect of the medicines. Okay, so it is the basic information overview of regulatory affair is it is a government affair. It is a profession within regulatory industries, and to protect the aim is to protect health by controlling the safety and efficacy of product in areas including pharmaceuticals, veterinary medicines, medicine device, pesticides, agrochemical, cosmetics, and complementary medicines. And the main aim of regulatory affair is to provide the safe and effective and quality drug to the public, and to take care of public health and welfare. Like it's a contribution of public health and welfare in regulatory affairs. The role of regulatory affairs are it act as a liaison within regulatory agencies. Do you know what is liaison? What the term means? Okay,
No, they don't
so
know, I think.
liaison is the we have to bind with the regulatory agencies. The associate within regulatory affairs has to bind, has to contribute, has to check all the aspect in regulatory agencies. Regulatory agencies have some norms to create a drug. Like they have everything, they work under law, because here what we are doing in clinical research, we are risking human lives. So to cure that thing, we have to focus on the laws and regulations which government have already, and every country have different laws and regulations for their own. Like FDA have some different laws, EU has some different laws, and even India CDSCO has different laws. These are the authorities which work in regulatory affairs. We will look आगे इसके क्या होता है तो. And so the next role of RA is it helps in preparation of organized and scientifically valid NDA, ANDA, INDA, and MMA and DMF submissions. So NDA is a new drug application which we file in phase 2. After after working with the phase 1, we have to file phase 2. That is NDA, new drug application we have to file. It helps in ANDA, that is abbreviated new drug application. INDA, that is investigational new drug application. MMA is marketing authorization application, and DMF is a drug master file submissions. Regulatory affairs ensure adherence and compliance with all the applicable CGMP, ICH, GCP, and GLP guidelines, regulations, and laws. It provides expertise and regulatory intelligence in translating regulatory requirements into practical and workable plans. It also helps to company to provide to keep the track of every legalization, and to register the registration document to regulatory agencies, to give strategic and technical advice to research and development, production, and QC department. So let's move for the next slide. We have goals of RA. That is, the goals of RA includes protection of human health. It ensures safety, efficacy, and quality of drugs, ensuring appropriateness and accuracy of product information, ensuring the product is approved according to regulatory norms of the country. Like I already told you, every country have different laws. So to fulfill that laws, we have to check every regulatory norm before doing any research. Am I clear? Let me know if I'll go fast. Okay, are you guys with me?
Yeah, yeah. We are hearing you.
I'm
It's
just
okay.
expecting
Your
to be
speed
more
is also okay.
interactive. So if I'm okay, if they can unmute the call and they can talk, it's absolutely fine.
Yes, sir. We have understanding your thing. Please.
Okay, great. Let's go
In
ahead.
inbox also they said yes, they are
Yeah,
okay with
someone
this.
is saying little bit fast. Okay, I'll go slow. Don't worry.
Okay, somewhat okay.
So
Okay then.
uh, the regulatory affair comes in. We have different domains in regulatory affairs, like regulatory submission. What we do in regulatory submission is once the document has been modified or created, we have to send the document to the different countries. Like there are some portals, there are some domains, there are some software through which we have to submit the document to the health authority, and this comes in regulatory submissions. Then we have technical and scientific writing. In this we have to look for a medical writing term as well as a publishing. Personally, I am working with publishing, so I can give you the basic idea about regulatory publishing and regulatory publishing solution. Okay, so what we do in publishing is, suppose I'm giving you, if you have a book, how the book should be.
Akhilesh, mute the device.
Okay, so if we have any book, so the book should be of proper, it should be look attractive, right? It should be in a proper manner. It should be within the page format. It should be aligned properly. So that work we do in publishing, regulatory publishing, we get a document, we get different documents, we get protocols, we get IBs, we get CSRs. CSRs are the term which comes in module 5, which I'll tell you for in next slides. So what we do in publishing is we combine the documents, we take the documents from different domains. From PV, we get the documents related to patients. From CDM, we get the document for medical coding and medical script, which is done with the medical scripting. From SAS team, we get some different documents. We have to compile it in a one PDF format, and we have to submit it to the regulatory authorities of different countries. That work comes in technical and scientific writing. Then regulatory affair comes in advertising and promotions, and also in regulatory intelligence. Okay, so let's move for the next slide. Functions in regulatory affairs. So this concludes preclinical research. Like I already told you, regulatory affairs comes in all aspects, since preclinical to post-marketing surveillance. So from preclinical, we start with pharmacology, and we check the pharmacology and toxicology testing to evaluate new drug candidates. In clinical research, we conduct clinical studies, data collection, statistical analysis, and report writing. In manufacturing, we have high level of control for the production of safe and efficacious product. In quality control, we have analytical testing of the product in terms of purity, safety, potency, and quality. In quality assurance, we have oversight the operation related to failure investigation, auditing, complaints, and document management. So these are the norms where we work, where regulatory affair works. So next is DRA, that is Drug Regulatory Affairs. Drug regulatory affair refers to all aspects within pharmaceutical development process subject to various degrees of regulations, law frames, guidelines covering quality, safety, and efficacy, as well as health authorities. Attitudes and requirement which has a great influence on the drug development process. This is what drug regulatory affair is. The basic motto for regulatory affair is to check the quality, safety, and efficacy of the drug, and to provide the better drug to the market, to provide the better drug to the patient. We have to follow norms and laws for every phase which a government has regulated, and we have to focus on every law which government has regulated. We have to read, we have to explore, we have to learn about new laws, whatever in the market. So next point is regulatory affair helps in pharmaceutical industry for the most regulated. It is also called as the most regulated industry because, see, every company has some laws. If I have to start a company, every company has a law. Every company, we have to work with the law. Are you getting my point? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So like I told you, every company has their own law. So regulatory is very vast in pharmaceutical industry because we are here working with human lives, and we have to work on patients which consists of lives, and life, life is very precious for everyone, so no one wanted to risk. So that's why we have to check everything in regulated aspect, so it won't affect the patient, it won't affect the company. And usually it takes 8 to 15 years to develop a drug. So कहीं पे भी कोई गलती होती है in between, पूरा clinical research, the study will get stopped, and we get the company get the loss of around 10 to 15 millions approx. So वो गलती नहीं होनी चाहिए किसी से. That's why we have to follow laws. And अगर किसी भी phase पे कोई भी गलती होती है in case, so they have to stop the study on the very moment. without any second thought, because government won't approve in any situation if they are doing any mistake, because it is related to human lives. Okay. So next point is regulation are put in order to develop the most efficient and safe pharmaceutical product. Like I told you, the main fact we are doing in regulatory affair is to provide the most efficient and safe product to the consumers, to the patients. It takes more than 8 to 15 years to develop a new drug product and costs more than $800 million. And regulatory affair provide insight and guidance into the development through agency wisdom collected in guidance, previous experience, market precedents, etc. It also help in to reduce the number of development failures. Okay. So next is department of DRA. We have different department for every country. Like in India, we have CDSCO. We have the regulatory authority in India, that is CDSCO, that is Central Drug Standard Control Organization. We have US FDA for US, that is Food and Drug Administration. Usually what happen in India, we also follow US FDA, basically, because US FDA is the strongest regulatory authority in the world. So usually India follows US FDA somehow, and we have to work with the CDSCO as well. Next is EMA, Europe, for European country. We have European medicine agencies. MHRA for UK, that is Medicines and Healthcare Product Regulatory Agency. TGA for Australia, that is Therapeutic Good Administration. And MCC for South Africa, that is Medicines Control Council, Clinical Evaluation and Trials. Any questions so far? Okay, let's move forward. Assistance of DRA departments, where regulatory affair helps. We assist into different domain like licensing, registration, development, manufacturing, quality guidance, pricing, marketing, pharmacovigilance, GMP, GLP, GCP, patent, copyright, and trademark. So, can you people tell me about patent? If anyone know what patent, copyright, trademarks are? Anyone from you?
I think you can tell us.
Okay. So patent is the norm with, suppose if we are developing one drug, so we have to apply for a patent which is of 20 years. कोई भी drug के लिए कोई भी drug को कोई copy ना कर सके, कोई हमारा idea ले ना सके. That's why we have to keep it for 20 years. We have to apply for a patent of that drug, specific drug. इसमें भी regulatory affairs आता है. For copyright, for trademark, for patent, everything goes under regulatory affair, regulatory norms. Government has fixed everything in a law, so we have to follow with the law, and it helps in PV also. It helps in licensing, registration, different aspects of the drug. So next topic is ICH, that is International Conference of Harmonization of Technical Requirement for Registration of Pharmaceutical for Human Use. This is the main topic in regulatory affairs. The whole regulatory affairs works in ICH only with the help of ICH guidelines. ICH guidelines has created different guidelines for all over the country, for all over the world. Usually ICH, what used to happen, I'll tell you. हम लोग ICH आने के पहले क्या करते थे? Every country has different culture to work. सब लोग अपने तरीके से काम करते थे. सब लोग, कोई laws नहीं थे country में, किसी भी country में. Everyone was working on their own, and which was not effective and which was not safe for everyone. So for that, to clear that issue, ICH committee has been organized, and they have to work every year. उनका annually meetings होता है, and the main mission of ICH is to provide a safe, effective, and high quality drug to the patients. So I'll start with the introduction of ICH. It is an initiative that brings together regulatory authorities and pharmaceutical industry to discuss scientific and technical aspect of pharmaceutical product development and registration. The main mission of ICH is to achieve greater harmonization worldwide to ensure the safe, effective, and high quality medicines are developed and registered and maintained in the most resource efficient manner whilst meeting high standards. ICH Joint Committee have US, UK, and Japan. They come forward before ICH. US, UK, and Japan have different norms to work. So, क्या होता था पहले? Everything was on paper before technology comes into the market. Everything was on paper. So paper production takes time. Abhi everything is in a technical manner. We have a system. We have everything. We have every objects. We have every tools to work. On every point, on every phase, we have to keep the data tracked. We have to apply the data into the system only. पहले क्या होता था, बिफोर ICH कम्स, हम लोग को हर चीज एक पेपर फॉर्मेट में होता था. सो फॉर पेपर फॉर्मेट व्हाट पीपल यूज्ड टू डू, दैट वाज अ टीडीएस जॉब दे वर डूइंग. हम लोग पहले एक ड्रग का फाइल गवर्नमेंट के पास जाता था, देख वो वहां से साइन करते थे, देन दे यूज्ड टू कुरियर द डॉक्यूमेंट टू द कंपनी टेक द डॉक्यूमेंट, दे यूज्ड टू टेक इट टू द डिफरेंट साइट्स. देन साइट्स के पास डिफरेंट ICH और ICF गाइडलाइंस के डॉक्यूमेंट्स आते थे, वो पेशेंट से साइन करवाते थे. फिर पेशेंट से साइन करवा के अगेन दे हैव टू सेंड इट टू द कंपनी. देन अगेन उस कंपनी उसको रिव्यू करके देन दे विल अप्रूव फॉर द फर्दर प्रोसेस, फॉर फर्दर फेजेस. सो एवरीथिंग वाज ऑन पेपर. जब हम लोग के पास टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं था एग्जैक्टली, व्हेन वी वर नॉट यूजिंग कंप्यूटर्स, सो एवरीथिंग वाज ऑन पेपर. एंड दैट प्रोसेस यूज्ड टू टेक अराउंड 20 more than 20 years or 25 years to complete a single drug. It takes 20 to 25 years to come into the market, or more than that maybe, because everything was on tedious job, everything was a tedious job. So हम लोग हर चीज को एक पेपर फॉर्मेट में लेना, उसको कुरियर करना, देन अगेन दे यूज्ड टू गो फॉर द अप्रूवल्स, अगेन यूज्ड टू गो फॉर डिफरेंट अथॉरिटीज. फिर हर कंट्री के स्पेसिफिक नॉर्म्स के हिसाब से दे हैव टू क्रिएट the documents, so that they used to create a bunch of documents within lakhs number of papers they used to create, and which was very tedious to find out कि हमें किस फील्ड में अभी कौन से कंट्री के लिए क्या भेजना है. So to overcome that situation, ICH has created some guidelines. उसमें Japan, US and UK come forward. They have created a committee to provide the safe, quality and effective medicines to the country. This is the main work for ICH. Here it is mentioned, ICH is a joint initiative involving both regulators and research-based industry representatives of EU, Japan and US in scientific and technical discussion of testing procedure requires to assess and ensure the safety, quality and efficacy of medicines. Okay, so these are the ICH members. The steering committee have ICH member. Every country has two bodies. One is regulatory body and one is manufacturers of that specific country. वो दोनों मिला के they come forward, they created a chain, they created a committee, they created a steering committee to provide a proper, safe, effective and quality quality drug to the people. So these are the members: US Food and Drug Administration, Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturer of America, that is PHMRA, European Medicine Agencies, EMA, European Federation of Pharmaceutical Industry Associations, Japan Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, and Japan Pharmaceutical Manufacturer Associations. These were the members who came forward on the start, and they created the ICH committee to provide the safe, effective and quality drug to the patients. After that, उनका जो committee था, they have known as International Federation of Pharmaceutical Manufacturers. And we have observers as well, that is Health Canada, WHO, that is World Health Organization, and European Fair Trade Association. So these are the observers for the ICH members, ICH committee. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So we have different guidelines for ICH, that is quality, safety, efficacy, and multidisciplinary guidelines. So for quality, we have to check harmonization, is impurity testing, and more flexible approach to pharmaceutical quality based on. They to provide a quality drug, they have to follow everything. They have to check the quality of the drug. उसके लिए वो पहले preclinical testing होता है. Then in phase 1 they have to do testing on few people, that is I guess 10 to 30 people. Then for phase 2 they have to create placebos, and they have to give it to 50 to 100 approx people to check the quality of the drug. Again, they go for safety. They have some guidelines for safety, that is to undercover potential risk like carcinogenicity, toxicity and reprotoxicity. We have to avoid every aspect जो भी एक ह्यूमन बॉडी को हार्म कर सकता है. So we have to check the potential risk of carcinogenicity, genotoxicity and reprotoxicity. And the recent breakthrough has been a non-clinical testing strategy for accessing the QT interval prolongation liability, the single most important cause of drug withdrawal in recent years. With the help of safety guidelines, we are able to find out the important cause of drug withdrawals in last few years, which due to which we are able to provide the safe and quality drug to the patients. That's why the ICH guidelines has been created. And we have safe efficacy guideline. Efficacy means we have the drug should be efficient. The drug should be efficient to the patient. It should be reactive. So for that we have efficiency guidelines. It is concerned with the design, conduct, safety, and reporting of clinical trials. It also covers novel type of medicines derived from biotechnological process and the use of pharmacogenetics, genomics techniques of produce better targeted medicines. Next is multidisciplinary guidelines. We have uh, ECTD, ICH medical terminology, that is MEDRA, that involves, and we have CTD, that is common technical document, and the development of electronic standard for the transfer of regulatory information. This comes in multidisciplinary guidelines. Next is dossier. Uh, Dossier is something, I can give you a file. Any file can comes into a dossier, which consists of different details, different details of everything, every the related to drug that comes, that is known as dossier. It is a collection of file or document of same subject, especially a file containing detailed information about the person or a topic. In regulatory, dossier are the vehicle in a country through which a drug sponsor formally propose that the regulatory agencies approve a new pharmaceutical for sales and marketing. We have to register for the dossier. Dossier has been sent to different countries. What dossier is? Dossier, we have to create a file. For every report, we have to create one file that is known as dossier, in which in that file you will get all the information related to drugs, related to the patients, related to the research, we are related to the trials. कौन सी sites उसमें include है, कौन से patients उसमें include है, with actually उसमें subject IDs hide किया होता है, but you will get the details of everything in that dossier, which we have to send it to different gateways to the different countries after completing the research. So registration dossier is a pharmaceutical product in document that contains all the technical data, that is administrative, quality, non-clinical and clinical, of the pharmaceutical product to be approved, registered and marketed in a country. It is commonly called as new drug application in the USA. You guys know about new drug application, which we file in phase 3. Once the drug cross phase 2, we have to go for a phase 3, जहाँ new drug application government को file होता है. That is what dossier is. For USA, we have new drug application. For EU, we have marketing authorization application. And for other countries, it is just a simply registration dossier. So for ECTD, we have different documents. We have different safety documents. We have different non-clinical and clinical documents. That is regulatory responses. PSUR is a periodic safety documents. DSUR is a development safety documents. Lay summaries, narratives, IB, that is investigational brochures, poster and abstracts, manuscripts. Manuscripts and posters and abstracts are the reference document which we follow. That also, जो हम research करते हैं उसमें क्या-क्या documents, क्या-क्या content, कौन से PIs, कौन से research has been involved, वो everything comes in poster, abstract and manuscripts. So we have medical devices, CDP, ICF, IMPT documents, PIP, SMPC and briefing books. So these are the dossiers which we have in a regulatory affairs, which we follow, which we create for different drug, और हर चीज का एक document होता है. Everything has been documented. Every single thing has been documented in a proper format. So for that, we have different documents which are mentioned over here. You can go through slides later if you want to. If you have any questions about this, I can explain you later. So next topic is common pharmaceutical dossier widely used in industries, that is CTD, common technical document, which is accepted by whole country, whole world, common technical documents. We have ECTD, that is electronic common technical documents, ACTD, that is Asian common technical document, NIS, non-ECTD electronic submission, and country specific registration dossier. These are the pharmaceutical dossier which we use in industries. So what is the need of CTD is all regulatory authorities had their own guidelines to submit regulatory dossier to get marketing approval to the drug. They provide the approval, and which is time consuming and which is slow. The three ICH region, US, Europe and Japan, collaborated and developed CTD format for regulatory submissions. Okay, it has been adopted by several countries including Australia, Canada and Switzerland also. In 2009, CDSCO adopted CTD format for technical requirement for registration of biological products. So next topic is CTD, that is common technical document. This format of dossier is an important and widely used dossier format in most of the countries. Like I told you, this is something which is accepted by most of the countries in the market. Common technical document, it comes with different phases, it comes in different parameters. This is the ECTD triangle which we have to follow. In every triangle, we have different documents from the module 1 to module 5. And I'll explain you इसमें कहाँ पे हम manufacturing में कहाँ use होता है modules. And submission documents क्या होते हैं, I'll explain you in this CTD format only. So CTD format dossier is widely used in semi-regulated and regulated market like CIS countries, Middle East countries, European Union, USA, Australia, African countries, Canada, and Japan. Next is CTD dossier modules. So module 1 is administrative information and prescribing information. If we'll go through all the modules, this is very vast. Every module has different aspect. हमें admin documents में जो आते हैं, that is cover letters. Before starting any study, before starting any research, we have to file for a cover letter leaflet. Cover letter और जो introduction एक होता है, हमें admin doc में वो apply करना, file करना पड़ता है. That will go to the government, and government will approve the admin docs. Government will approve the idea. Then we can start for the clinical research. So for module 2, we have overviews and summaries, which consist of module 3 and 5. This module 2 consists of summaries, doc summary and overview documents of module 3 and 5, 3 to 5. Module 3 having quality, that is pharmaceutical documentation. This is something used in manufacturing companies, core companies. Module 3. जो मैक्सिमम कोर कंपनीज है, फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनीज है, मॉड्यूल 3 पे वर्क करते हैं, दैट इज सीएमसी, दैट इज केमिकल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग केमिस्ट्री, जिसमें सारे डोसियर्स दे हैव टू क्रिएट विद द रेगुलेटरी गाइडलाइंस एंड दे हैव टू सेंड इट टू द डिफरेंट कंट्रीज. यूजुअली जितने भी लोकल कंपनीज वी हैव लाइक ल्यूपिन, which company is based in India, Lupin हो गया, and there are many other companies, they work on module 3 only, that is quality guidelines, and they have to create a dossier in that module, in that format only, with the help of module 3. Any questions? Okay, so next is module 4, that consists of non-clinical reports, pharmacology and toxicology. Module 5 consists of clinical study reports. That this is module 5. This is something module 5 used in CROs, that is clinical research organization, जहाँ पे हम लोग काम करते हैं basically. जहाँ if you are not getting opportunity to go for module, go for a core company, then you have to come for a CROs, जहाँ पे you will get to know about clinical study reports. Module 5. Basically, all CROs works on module 4 and 5. That is clinical study reports. Clinical study report is something जिसमें clinical trial के related सारा information you will get. This is the document of around 5,000 pages. Depends on the company. 5,000 pages, 5,000 to 1 lakh pages, or more than that, I can say. That comes in one PDF, and we have to work within the module 5 guidelines only. So CSR consists of report body and different 20 appendices. 20 appendices में एक आते protocols and amendments जो file होता है phase 1 के time पे. Then we have sample CRFs and ICH documents, signature of PI, audit certificate, SAP document, protocol deviation. There are multiple document comes in clinical study reports, which consist of end-to-end study के related जितना भी details है वो सारा consist करता है एक CSR. जितना भी clinical trials में from the start to last जितना भी documents होते हैं, जितने भी documents होते हैं, that comes in CSR. Okay. So next is ECTD, that is Electronic Common Technical Document. Electronic Common Technical Document is an interface and international specification for the pharmaceutical industry to agency transfer of regulatory information. The specification is based on CTD only. Before ECTD come into the market, हम लोग सब चीज एक पेपर में करते थे. To avoid that paper format, we came with the electronic format. To overcome that paper situation, we come forward with the ICH come forward with the electronic common technical document, in which you have to work on different documents. एक XML backbone होता है हर चीज का. XML backbone as in you will get all the details. You will get the details of document. जितने document से linked है, एक proper आपको मिलेगा एक Excel file में. उसके according you have to arrange all the documents in a format, and you have to submit it to different countries with the help of different gateways. Benefits of ECTDs are improve reviewer efficiency. It can reduce time to approval. That improved handling and archiving of submission for both sponsor and FDA. Search functionally and increase tracking ability. Allow for repurposing of docs and documents and submission in other regions. Accessibility to documents across modules, and submission via ESG allows immediate recipient by FDA. So the main role of ECTD is to avoid the problems which we face in paper format. To overcome that format, we have ICH has created ICH has come with ECTD. इसमें कुछ एक documents होते हैं which we have to work on computers only. एक computers के through हमें we have to file the document. We have to collect the data from different regions, from different people, from different domains. We have to collect it in a format. We have to collect it in a PDF format with different properties. Okay. So this is the role of ECTD. Next is we have is Association of Southeast Asian Nations, that is Common Technical Document Asian ACTDs. ACTDs don't have overviews and summaries. These having only four guidelines, which comes with administrative data and product information, quality document, non-clinical document, and clinical document. The main the Asian Common Technical Document is a guideline of the agreed upon common format for the preparation of well-structured common technical dossier application that will be submitted to Asian regulatory authorities. And now, what is Asian regulatory authorities? Which countries comes in Asian authorities? Can anyone please let me know anything about Asian countries? Anyone have any idea about it? Okay. So Asian countries comes in the countries comes in Asian region are Cambodia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. These are the countries which have different aspect to work. They do not work as per US and US FDA. They do not work as per UK. They do not work as per Canada Health Authority. They have their different aspect to work. These 10 countries comes in Asian. They work on their own aspect. They have different regulatory authorities. They have different norms. They use with their specification only, and they do not work on overviews and summaries of module 3 to 5. So NIS, that is non-ECTD electronic submission, it is a format has been made mandatory in European Union, that is specifically for EU. NIS is specifically for EU. जिसमें when compared to electronic common technical document, NIS is different in terms of navigating structure. It also differs from ECTD with two relevant XML files, the index.xml and EU regional.xml for the backbone of module 2 to 5 and module 1 for the EU respectively. As per country-specific guideline, using bookmarks and hyperlinks, the NIS is based on granular PDF files, electronic tables of content, and electronic navigation. So the difference between NIS and ECTD is everything. Both things have different aspect to work. हमें ECTD में भी this is a difference mentioned here. ECTD have a proper ICH format, but European EU NIS have harmonized European format which they follow for only European countries. ECTD have XML backbones which consists of TOC and life management. NIS do not have XML backbone. They do not have any Excel file. They do not have any proper backbone. They do not have any proper format. They have different aspect to work. Regulatory NIS regulatory have different aspect. NIS format have different aspect to work. So the PDF file should contain 1.4. There is a properties in PDF files. It comes from 1.4 to 1.7, which regulatory authorities has been accepted, which government has decided for the size of the file, for the version of the file. So the US and EU both have PDF file that is 1.4. ICH file naming convention is highly recommended. File naming convention is mandatory for EU as per European region norms. Hyperlinks are mandatory in ECTD. And for NIS, we have only one general TOC, one specific TOC per module when necessary. It is also when necessary, not every time. So module 5 checksums have ECTD, and for EU and NIS, for EU NIS, we have no checksums. So next we have skill required for regulatory affairs career. There are different skill required to be a part of regulatory affairs, to be the part of regulatory affairs and to be the associate of regulatory affairs. So we have analytical skill. Analytical skill consists of your decision taking idea. If you are capable enough to take decision, if you are able to, if you are a good team player, if you have some different skills into the, you can help in specific domain. That comes in analytical skill. You should have negotiating skill. Negotiating skill, as in this is for bidding. What CROs do, एक project लाने के लिए they do bidding for every company. एक company जब company से CRO से outsource करवाती है काम, they have to do bidding. Different companies, different CROs come forward. They have to bid for their work. They have to bid for their every aspect and every work they have to bid. So we should have negotiating skill. We should have judgment skill and presentation skill. Sorry. We should have communication skills, we should have computer skills, a person should have project management skill. You are capable enough to manage the project. If in future you will be a team lead or a leader of some specific team, you have to be capable enough to take to manage the team, and you have to capable enough to manage the project. Ability to keep up to date on current regulations. What current regulations are? Regulations change every year. हर साल ICH का एक मीटिंग होता है where they come forward, delegates from different countries, delegates from different regions come forward, from Asian country for ANVISA, that is from Brazil. हर जगह से delegates आते हैं. They do conference, they communicate with each other, and they try to find a solution to provide the drug in a better and efficient and safe format. So we have to focus. एक वो मीटिंग के बाद every annually they used to take one meeting. वो मीटिंग में जो भी regulations and जो भी authority decide करती है, they will share the details with the all regulatory bodies, and after that we have to follow. We have to keep an eye on every aspect, every regulations in the market. एक company के लिए this is the mandatory thing, and every company have different a specific dedicated committee for regulatories जो सिर्फ specifically laws and regulations पे focus करता है. So next is we have what opportunities we have in regulatory affairs. That is, we have opportunities in pharmaceuticals. The function in regulatory affairs in pharma industry is to provide all legal information like updates in amendments in the laws, new drug invention and drug development design, patent, trademark and copyrights. As I have told you already, regulatory comes in all aspects. Since phase 1 preclinical to the end phase 4, एक drug market में आने के बाद भी अगर suppose कोई patient, if I'm developing one drug, suppose if I'm developing one drug, after clearing all the phases, phase 4 में आके वो drug खत्म नहीं होता है. First of all, that drug has to be in a market, has to be in a huge population where you have to focus on any single adverse drug reaction. अगर किसी को भी drug reaction होता है तो they are right to file the issue to the company, to the specific company. Company will work on it, company will rework on it, they will try to overcome with the situation, they will try to overcome with the adverse event, adverse effect. और उसके बाद सारे वापस they have to follow the instruction, they have to go through regulatory norms and they have to recreate the documents कि ये amendment क्यों बना. Amendment is the revision of the document. So the basic motto of it कि amendment बना के after the drug comes into the market, we have to file the adverse drug event and serious drug event. If someone dies तो वो complain कर सकते हैं. So after that drug will come into the market again. वो ड्रग वहाँ पे स्टॉप हो जाएगा एक बार मार्केट में आने के बाद. इफ दे हैव एनी इश्यूज, ड्रग विल स्टॉप इनटू द मार्केट. देन अगेन कंपनी विल वर्क ऑन इट, स्पॉन्सर विल वर्क ऑन इट. देन अगेन दे हैव टू फॉलो द प्रोसेस, दे हैव टू फॉलो द फेजेस, अगेन द डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, दे हैव टू गो थ्रू डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, अगेन दे हैव टू गो फॉर गवर्नमेंट अप्रूवल्स. उसके बाद ड्रग विल कम इनटू द मार्केट अगेन. दिस इज द करंट सिचुएशन वी आर फेसिंग कोविड-19 का. हाउ मच टाइम वी टेक? कैन एनीवन सजेस्ट एनी आइडिया? Okay, so currently we are working with some documents for COVID-19, and according to that it will take at least more year a proper vaccine to come into the market, because everything is on trial basis right now. हर चीज एक ट्रायल बेसिस पे चल रहा है. हर चीज एक पेशेंट को कितना रिएक्ट करेगा we do not know. We have to check जब drug will go through all the phases. When it comes to the market हमें actual problem तब पता चलती है. Because we cannot decide एक specific population पे उसका क्या effect हो रहा है. For phase 1 we have specific population, for phase 2 we have healthy and ill volunteers, for phase 3 we have a few volunteers. But the actual challenges come forward जब हम एक drug market में release करते हैं. Because जब एक drug market में आता है तो it go for the huge population in the world, in all over the countries. So everyone has right कि किसी को कोई भी reaction होता है तो they have to come forward, they have to write an email or they can directly call to the sponsor company and they can share their reviews with them. अगर कुछ भी issues होते हैं तो वो लोग वापस पूरा rework करके and they try to provide the safe and effective drug to the consumers. This is what regulatory affairs के profit है, benefits है. So pharmaceutical have information about biological and pharmaceutical drug and guidance regarding rules and regulation of drugs. They have latest good manufacturing practices, science and technology updates, and the regulatory aspect, post-marketing surveillance of the product to compile the documentation of pharma industry. Here, what we do, we compile all the document, we compile everything in a proper format, we create a dossier, and we have to send it to the different authorities of. We have to send it to different authorities. Next is we have growing pharmaceutical is a growing department of pharma industry because most of the stakeholders are now interested in the export of their pharmaceutical product in other countries. But international market demands strict regulation and legal requirement in terms of allowing market authorization of pharmaceutical products. Internationally, many countries require pharmaceutical dossier or CTD format for registration of the drug or marketing authorization of the product. Like I told you, एक ड्रग एक्सपोर्ट करने के लिए भी वी हैव प्रॉपर रेगुलेशंस यू कैन नॉट लाइक कोई भी जेनरिक ड्रग उठा के कोई भी कंटेंट उठा के वी कैन नॉट सेंड इट टू दी कंट्रीज हम किसी को भी कुछ भी भेज नहीं सकते वी हैव टू गो थ्रू अ प्रॉपर रेगुलेशंस वी हैव टू गो थ्रू अ प्रॉपर गाइडलाइंस जो एक ड्रग के लिए होते हैं so that comes with different pharmaceutical dosages and CTD formats. So it helps in medical devices also. The medical devices industry plays a critical role in the Department of Healthcare by providing ingenious solution that will prove the patient end result. RA professional in the field of medical serves a very important role in the life cycle of the product. Like he or she can advise the team regarding regulatory strategies in order to ensure that the product is legally marketed. Once the design of the product is complete, the team of product development experts RA to make a successful marketing submission. And finally, these companies will rely on them for posting for post-marketing surveillance in order to confirm it to the FDA if any malfunctioning them. This is something malfunctioning as in एक ड्रग मार्केट में आने के बाद कुछ भी उसमें इश्यूज होते हैं तो दे हैव टू पीपल कंज्यूमर हैज टू रिपोर्ट what usually what happen in India. I'll tell you, Indians do not file that adverse events to the sponsor because people are not enough aware enough. यहाँ पे इंडिया में people are not aware कि they can file something. अगर हम लोग को कोई प्रॉब्लम होता है सपोज आई एम टेकिंग वन ड्रग अगर मुझे इचिंग हो रहा है तो आई विल चेंज माय ड्रग rather than filing it to the FDA rather than filing it to the sponsor company. I'll change my drug. I'll consult with my physician. I'll tell my physician that I'm having issues with this drug. I'm feeling dizziness, I'm feeling itching, everything we can tell to the physician, everything we will tell to the doctor. He will directly change the drug. But यहाँ पे कोई भी फाइल करने का कोशिश नहीं करता है because if you'll file the drug to the sponsor company, if you'll tell them what issues you are facing, they might can come with better solution. They might can able to provide safe and effective drug for every population, every people, for all kind of people. If anyone have any allergy, people sometimes people have allergies with few things. किसी को कोई चीज से एलर्जी होता है, किसी को कोई ड्रग से एलर्जी होता है. So if you are getting any allergies, if you are getting any issues after taking that drug, अगर आपकी आइज बर्न हो रही है, वोमिटिंग, डिजीनेस, कुछ भी इश्यूज यू आर फीलिंग, यू कैन डायरेक्टली टेल टू द स्पॉन्सर जो एक हमें इस पे दिया होता है, ड्रग के रैपर पे दिया होता है हर चीज पे, कॉन्टेक्ट इन्फो में. So we have to go through that. We have to we have to inform the company about the same thing, and they can come with safe and effective drug for others. So your one initiative can help other population as well. So next we have in biotechnology companies, biological product need to be readdressed by mean of scientific advances, and it is need to put a hold in the initiation of new quality control procedure without sufficient discussion. There is a growing demand for preclinical testing of biotechnologies products. With the development of biotechnologies industries, it has catalyzed various changes in the regulation of drugs worldwide, with major blow on the regulation of unnatural products. Biotechnologies companies में भी काम होता है इस पे. We have to एक ड्रग बॉडी पे कैसे रिएक्ट करता है बायोटेक्नोलॉजिकली, डीएनएस पे कैसे रिएक्ट करता है, we have to check the aspects. We have option in clinical research. Clinical research regulatory affair professional has a vital role in making safe and good quality product related to healthcare. One can enter as a clinical research coordinator, that is CRC, or drug safety associate at their entry level. In their mid level, they can enter as a clinical research associate, that is CRA, or investigator, and at the senior level, they can be appointed as a data manager, director of regulatory affairs. So we have few associations of regulatory affairs. That is RAPS, Regulatory Affair Professional Society, which is accepted by whole world, which is accepted globally. In RAPS, what we do, एक ये committee है, we have a professional society. इसका एक certificate course होता है, regulatory affairs certificate course. We have to go. If anyone interested in that course, they can go for that. But the fees is around 30 to 40,000 approx. every year you have to renew the license, you have to renew the membership of your RAPS associate, and you can get different benefits. आपको regularly updates मिलते रहेंगे, आपको regularly उसका brochures मिलते रहेंगे, what are the changes in regulatory, what are the changes in the market, what government has legalized now, everything you'll get in the RAPS, Regulatory Affairs Professional Society. This is accepted by whole world, that is for this is for global world. And next we have TOPRA, the Organization of Pharmaceutical Regulatory Affairs. This is specifically for EU, European region, not for other countries. This is specifically for EU region and Europe. Next, we have Canadian Association of Professional and Regulatory Affairs. This is specifically for Canada. Canada में people go for CAPRA. एक हम लोग को committee होता है. We have to register for it. We get the details. हम लोग को annually they arrange a meeting. They arrange meetings or dinner. एक round table पे discussion होता है. From every region, people will come forward. They will discuss about the regulations and laws. You will get to know. You will get a chance to know about the world. You will get to know about the people, how PIs are treating, how PIs are going through. You will get every information in that association if you'll be part of that association. So there are few top companies hiring for regulatory affairs. That is ITC, Parexel, Medtronics, Novartis, Novozymes, IQVIA, Bharat Serum, Amgen, Reckitt Benckiser, Johnson & Johnson, Lupin, PPD, Apotex, DuPont, Genpact, Merck and Covance. There are many more, but these are the top companies who are hiring for regulatory affairs. Any questions? I'm done with the slides, so you can ask if you have any questions for me. Anyone?
Okay, so thank you, sir. It was like very useful lecture for us, mainly because in clinical trials we mainly need approval from any regulatory body. So, sir, my question is like, so what is the difference in academic and industrial clinical trial? Means during academic clinical trial, we should take like approval from any regulatory body.
Yes, of course you have to take. For
No,
any
I
clinical,
think for academic trial, you don't need to take a regulatory body permission. You need to take a permission of ethics committee of
ethics
that
committee, yes.
institutional, whatever they have a MOU, or if they have their independent or institutional ethics committee. You have to
Okay.
take only, and the difference is that you are not conduct clinical trials on human beings. You are just submitting thesis on the basis of whatever you have literature on internet, or whatever you have studied in your curriculum.
So
Okay.
basically the idea
Okay.
is you have to create the abstract. So for that human lives matter नहीं करते हैं वहाँ पे. You have to just
Okay.
for the academic हम लोग को directly permission नहीं है किसी भी चीज पे trials करने का. Even though
Okay.
animal के पहले there were many animal use होते थे, pigs and everything, every other monkeys वगैरह, but now it has changed only to mice and rat. So for
Okay.
academic we do not have anything.
Academic trial is kind of a survey that
Yes.
you have find out during your observation, and whatever your team has find out by reading or by literature or books से उनको जो मिला है knowledge, वो they can combine or file in one kind of thesis.
Okay.
Got
And
my point, Akhilesh?
yes, ma'am. And one more question, like जो हम जब भी clinical trial, like we are performing any clinical trial, so whatever intervention we are preparing or we are developing, it should be like developed in a certified lab like GMP, GCP or GLP. Like there should be the lab should need a certification for like making a thing and to like checking that thing in a person in a clinical trial. Is it necessary?
Yes, of course it is necessary because every lab, every company have some audits. उनका audit होता है, हर company का audit होता है. So they have every company has to go through GCP and GMP guidelines. That is good manufacturing and like GLP guidelines होता है for laboratories, goods laboratory
Okay.
practices. So they have to go. They have rules and regulations for everything, and they have to go through that. You cannot do your research at any lab. You have to work with associated lab only who are certified.
Okay. Okay. And so as you said that like we can't like import any drug from outside India, like from any other country. So if the drug is FDA approved and if we are collaborating with the foreign institute for doing a clinical trial and the drug is FDA approved, then can we import that drug?
You can import, but there are some rules and regulations for everything. Like I told you, like I mentioned over here, that there are rules for every aspect. To export the drug, you have some rules. You have to follow some rules. Regulatory authorities के थ्रू ही तुम लोग को आना पड़ता है कोई भी ड्रग एक्सपोर्ट या इंपोर्ट करने के लिए.
Okay.
So if that drug is US
Uh,
approved, तो वो already market में है. You do not have to like export वगैरह करने की जरूरत नहीं. That is already in the market. You can directly go into the market and you can take it
And
from
we
there.
can buy. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. 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 Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Akhilesh, if you want to do clinical trials in India, for that you have to import whatever the new drug by the permission of DCGI. Without DCGI permission, it's a regulatory authority of India.
Okay.
We cannot import drug, whatever. You
Okay.
can import drug from any of the country, or you can do a clinical trial from any of the country, but without DCGI, we cannot conduct
Do
clinical
that.
trials.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we
Okay.
cannot import the drug.
Okay. Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so we have next question from Rucha, that is the difference between scientific writer and medical writer. So both are same, scientific writers and medical writers both are same, just हर company का एक different aspect होता है to hire the people. Some people hire with the name of scientific writer, some people with the name of medical writer. Basically CROs hire करते हैं, उनको जो नाम देते हैं that is for medical writers, and the companies, the core companies named as scientific writer. So both abbreviations are same, both words are same. It's just both the roles comes in both writers are same. It's just having different name. Okay. So about dossier again. Dossier is a collection of file of document on the same subject. If you have anything, any document related to the trials, you have to keep it in a format. That format is called as dossier. In short, in simple terms, dossier is something in which you'll get all the information related to the sales and marketing, related to the trials, related to the research. You'll get every information about the research or trials in a single dossier. That dossier हम लोग एक market में release करते हैं after the research has been done. We have rather than circulating different document, we have to create a dossier, a specific document which is known as dossier. It is a file which have all the details about the person or a topic. The simple and basic thing about dossier. Am I clear? Any questions? No, basically we do not need specifically RA course for scientific and medical writer. If you are having a master's degree, you can go for that as well. See, there is a difference between, I'll tell you one thing, simple thing. There is a difference between medical writer and there is a difference between RA associate. Medical writer का काम होता है to collate the data, to write a report. एक ट्रायल के रिलेटेड जो भी रिपोर्ट होता है फ्रॉम द रिपोर्ट बॉडी, इन दैट रिपोर्ट यू हैव टू मेंशन एवरीथिंग रिलेटेड टू द ट्रायल. उसमें आरए का रोल नहीं होता है. आरए का रोल आता है आफ्टर मेडिकल राइटर. बेसिकली द लिंक बिटवीन मेडिकल राइटर एंड आरए एसोसिएट इज डिफरेंट. आरए एसोसिएट का काम होता है वंस यू विल गेट इट डॉक्यूमेंट फ्रॉम द मेडिकल राइटर सारे डॉक्यूमेंट कलेक्ट करेगा, सारे जैसे सैप से हो गया, क्लिनिकल रिसर्च की टीम से जितने भी डॉक्यूमेंट्स हो गए, आईसीएच, पीआई सर्टिफिकेट्स, एवरीथिंग मेडिकल राइटर विल कलेक्ट. मेडिकल राइटर कलेक्ट करके दे विल सेंड इट टू द रेगुलेटरी पब्लिशर. रेगुलेटरी पब्लिशर हैव टू पब्लिश द डॉक्यूमेंट इन सम एस्पेक्ट, इन सम प्रॉपर मैनर. उसको एक उसके गाइडलाइंस होते हैं, एफडीए के गाइडलाइंस है. सपोज वी हैव गाइडलाइंस फॉर एवरी कंट्री, we have to follow guidelines for every country, और उसके अकॉर्डिंग we have to create a document. Then RA publishing के बाद जाते हैं, that goes into RA submissions. Submissions जब आता है, submission वो document एक different countries में submit करना, different authorities को submit करना. That is the role of RA basically. That are interlinked, but these both terms are different. RA is different, medical writer is different. I hope I'm being clear. This size. Okay. It is linked, it is interlinked, both works on a same document, but again सबका काम अलग होता है. मेडिकल राइटर का काम है राइटिंग करना. दे हैव टू क्रिएट अ रिपोर्ट, दे हैव टू फाइल अ रिपोर्ट विद सम प्रॉपर टेम्पलेट. एक एफडीए, हर रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी, हर अथॉरिटीज का एक टेम्पलेट होता है. दे हैव टू राइट द डेटा इनटू दैट स्पेसिफिक टेम्पलेट, एंड आफ्टर दैट वो डॉक्यूमेंट जाता है आरए के पास. RA comes in every aspect from phase 1 to phase 4. So जैसे before initiating of the clinical trial, you have to go for admin documents. Admin document पहले approve होगा. Then it comes to summaries and overviews की एक basic चीज क्या है, हम लोग को आगे modules में क्या दिया हुआ है. Then it comes to module 3. Module 3 में CMC documents आता है. Module 4 and 5 में study reports आते हैं. So everything has different role to play. Clear? Anything else?